Dear brother, becoming predictable. I trust you. You betray me round and round in circles we go.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times Backstabbers got what they deserved in the MCU.
You remember this one, right? It's a shame the government didn't approve it. There's so many applications for causing short-term paralysis.
For this list, we'll be looking at traitors and betrayers who got their just desserts in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Since we'll be talking about general story events, a spoiler warning is in effect. Which Backstabber were you happy to see receive justice? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Agatha Harkness, WandaVision. Wanda has a pretty rough go of things. No brother, no vision, no support system. When she has a breakdown that results in a town being transformed into a weird sitcom land, the last thing she needs is someone making it worse.
Just mind your P's and Q's and you're gonna do just fine.
Or maybe I could just be myself, more or less.
Oh, Wanda. That's good.
She infiltrates the Hex, toys with Wanda's emotion as the nosy neighbor, and plots to steal her magic.
Who's been pulling every evil string?
It's been Agatha all along.
She even kills her dog Sparky. So when Wanda finally became the Scarlet Witch, we were itching to see her form of vengeance. It did not disappoint. She stripped Agatha of her powers and altered her memory so that she really would be nothing more than a nosy neighbor. Delicious.
You have no idea what you've unleashed. You're gonna need me.
If I do, I know where to find you.
Wait. Hiya, hun.
Number 9. Icarus. Eternals. When the Eternals found out their purpose on Earth was to prepare for the birth of a Celestial, resulting in humanity's demise, most of them took issue with it.
We have to stop the emergence.
Cersei, we have no right to stop the birth of a Celestial.
There has to be a way Tiamat can emerge without destroying the Earth. We just have to delay it until we figure out how.
One who was totally fine with sacrificing an entire planet was Icarus. He was so on board with it, in fact, that he killed the team's leader Ajax when she started having second thoughts.
Why don't you just kill me yourself?
When the others realize something is happening to the Earth, they'll come to you. When they find your body, they'll know the deviants are back. They'll keep them busy until the emergence.
He then worked against his allies to keep them from stopping the emergence of the Celestial, but even being the strongest among them didn't change the fact that he was outnumbered. We took great pleasure seeing the team beat the snot out of him, the love of his life resent him, and him flying into the sun when he failed. Number 8. Killmonger. What if? We saw that Killmonger would betray anyone to reach his goals in Black Panther. What if took it to another level? In one universe, he rescued Tony Stark and manipulated him into waging war against Wakanda.
What's the next move?
They want a war, so that's what we'll give them. Put the Liberator drones into production.
He murdered T'Challa, Rhodey, and Tony before taking the mantle of Black Panther. That's despicable enough. When he was called on by the Watcher to defend the multiverse against Ultron, he betrayed all of existence to take the Infinity Stones and fix his world.
Cousin, what are you doing?
The Watcher owes us this. With these stones, we could fix our worlds, our lives.
We can think of no better punishment than being trapped in a pocket dimension where he'll presumably fight the Zola-controlled Ultron until the end of time. If fighting is what he wants, fighting is what he should get.
You foresaw every moment from the failed Infinity Crusher to Killmonger's betrayal and your sacrifice. Sacrifice? That would imply I had something to lose.
Someone needs to attend to them.
Number 7. Kazi Kazmarek, Hawkeye. Hawkeye was full of holiday cheer, but there were definitely some who ended up on Santa's naughty list and were treated accordingly. Tracksuit Mafia member Kazi seemed to be on Maya's side.
Stop. Capture Ronin.
But in reality, he knew all about Wilson Fisk's betrayal that saw Maya's father murdered by Clint Barton.
Yes, your boss.
Fisk is ruthless and always looks out for himself, but Kazi's betrayal must have stung a lot more, seeing as how the two were close friends. During their conversation, Maya even pleaded with him to abandon Kingpin and come with her. Yet, he attacked her all the same, feeling he was in too deep, and ended up paying for his mistakes with his life. Number 6. Hank Pym, What If? During an alternate version of the MCU's origins, we see the Avengers candidates begin to be murdered in mysterious ways.
Stark, you okay? Stark.
Tony! Tony!
He's dead.
As we find out, the murders are the work of former Ant-Man Hank Pym, who built a Yellow Jacket suit to get vengeance against Nick Fury. Hank holds Fury responsible for the death of his daughter Hope, who died after Fury recruited her to S.H.I.E.L.D.
If it isn't Hank Pym.
The balls you have to come here and stand over her grave.
Oh, don't worry about her. I doubt she'd mind, considering she's dead.
You know who wasn't responsible? All the people you just murdered. When Hank confronts Fury, he finds he's quite outmatched, only because Fury is really Loki. The most notorious betrayer of all ends up smacking him around for a bit before he's captured by Fury. It's quite the laughable end for such a bloodthirsty character. Number 5. Alexander Pierce, Captain America, the Winter Soldier. There are a whole lot of undercover Hydra agents that could go on this list. We find the disfigurement and demise of Brock Rumlow particularly satisfying. But we have to give love, or hate, to the guy at the top. Alexander Pierce was the secretary of the World Security Council and one of Nick Fury's closest allies. But he was really biding his time, periodically deploying the Winter Soldier until he could enact Project Insight.
S.H.I.E.L.D. is not what we thought it was. It's been taken over by Hydra. Alexander Pierce is their leader.
This would have given Hydra total domination over the world. Luckily, Cap and Co. caught on and put an end to his plans. Pierce might have escaped had it not been for Black Widow and Fury, who didn't hesitate to put 2 bullets in him.
That was the time I would have taken a bullet for you.
You already did. You will again when it's useful.
Number 4. Mysterio, Spider-Man Far From Home. Many comic fans likely knew Mysterio was full of it heading into Far From Home. But Peter sure didn't, and the betrayal was an incredibly significant one.
And this is Mr. Beck.
Mysterio?
What?
Doesn't matter. It's just what my friends been calling me.
Under the guise of being from an alternate dimension, Quentin Beck convinced Nick Fury and Maria Hill or so he thought, that their world was under attack from the same monsters that destroyed his.
They first materialized on my Earth many years ago. We mobilized and fought them, but with each battle they grew, got stronger.
Really a scorned former employee of Tony Stark, Beck schemed to acquire Edith, a security system that gives the owner access to Stark's Industries satellites and drones. So, Mysterio tricked Peter into handing over the Edith glasses that gave him control. Beck filled the mentor hole left by Tony, so his betrayal must have hurt tremendously. However, his hubris and Peter's spider sense led to his downfall, and he was shot by one of his own drones.
Stark was right. You do deserve that.
You can't trick me anymore.
Number 3. Ego. Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 2. It isn't every day you meet your long-lost celestial father who happens to be a living planet. We were happy for Peter Quill to finally meet dear old dad, but we should have known he was no good.
Who the hell are you? I figured my rugged good looks would make that obvious. My name is Ego. And I'm your dad, Peter.
His plans to expand himself throughout the galaxy by terraforming other planets was pretty horrible. So too was impregnating many creatures across the universe, hiring Yondu to bring him the children, and then killing those who didn't inherit his celestial DNA.
One after the other, they failed me. Not one of them carried the celestial genes. Until you, Peter. Out of all my spawn, only you carried the connection to the light.
But what really made this character despicable was how he gave Peter's mother cancer. There's no coming back from that. So when the Guardians destroyed Ego's core and his humanoid form disintegrated, we couldn't help but cheer.
If you kill me, you'll be just like everybody else.
What's so wrong with that?
Number 2. Obadiah Stane, Iron Man. Betrayal has been built into the MCU from the very beginning. Tony Stark's inciting incident for becoming Iron Man is getting captured after watching US soldiers get killed by his company's weapons. As we and Tony would find out, the man responsible for his kidnapping was the very one who guided him after his parents were killed. Jealous of Tony's power, Obadiah connived to get him out of the way.
You really think that just because you have an idea, it belongs to you?
When that didn't happen, he stole the arc reactor keeping Tony alive and built his own suit. With help from Pepper, Tony was able to stop the traitor. Stane ended up getting electrocuted by the very power he coveted, which we think is a very fitting end. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Billy Russo, the Punisher. If your friend betrays you and tries to have you killed, that's one thing.
How you doing, Billy?
I've had better days.
But when betrayal leads to the death of your entire family, that's something else entirely. Billy Russo may not have been the one who put out the hit that got Frank Castle's family slain, but he definitely knew about it.
No one else needs to get hurt. I will happily hurt everyone you ever gave a shit about until I get to you. You want me, come get me. I'm right here.
His actions were out of a need to save himself, and they ended up getting his face horrifically disfigured. He wouldn't receive full justice until the end of Season 2, where, after being shot, he was robbed and left for dead by a back alley doctor. As he bled out, Curtis tipped Frank off to his location, and the Punisher arrived to execute his former friend.
Frankie.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.